Hey guys, this is going to be a little bit of a difficult video, but bear with me. We have Unbroken Bonds without a binder. It's a lot of cards, and I have most of them, so it could take a little while to get through this. We're going to go stack by stack and then put them back into the box where they belong. Hopefully some binders will show up and I won't have to do this. This is kind of the struggles of being a binder collector without binders. Hopefully I can get my hands on some. Back order has been the absolute bane of my existence, and yeah, I'll be glad to clear that up anytime now. Alright, so we're getting into, we got the Buzzwall and Pheromosa there on the start. You can see that I have them sort of, at this point, we have two Butterfrees. That way we can say bye-bye to one of them. So at this point I have them like regular version, reverse version, because it'll just be easier to put them away once I do have the binder. And easier to keep track if I have everything when it's in a box instead of in a binder like it should be. This is really highlighting the fact that binders are nice, especially when you're putting cards away, or you're checking to see if you have something. If I had a binder, I would notice that I already had that Butterfree. I must have forgot to check it off or something like that. We got another Victory Bell. Looks like we're getting Victory Bells in these later Sun and Moon sets. We got Tanglas, we got Tangrowth, Big Spaghetti Mama, according to Max Mofo. And we'll try and go a little bit quick through this because there's a lot of cards, and it's certainly going to take more time to flip through them rather than flipping the page of a binder where you can kind of get rid of 9 at a time. Litten. We got a couple Littens. It looks like we were missing a reverse Litten. We got Torracat, Incineroar, the one of a few furry Pokemon for the furry community. Salazzles. We got the Lollipop Blacephalon, very popular card. It was also probably pretty expensive at one point in time. I know Yuki played that deck. I think he still has it built. I don't know if you can even manage to play that deck at this point in time with the other stuff that probably just beats down on it. We got Blastoise GX, a little bit on the derpy side. Not as derpy as the full art, but certainly derpy. Let's see if we can put these in here without knocking everything over and making a mess. Into the Water Boys. Blastoise leading us into the Water Boys. We got Poliwags, another one of these giant sets. I love them. I just wish they would fit in a 360 card binder. That would be absolutely perfect. I guess at that point, even if they did, I wouldn't have any space for my alternate versions of the cards. So maybe a little bit less than that. Or even if it fit in the 360, it would be kind of cool. And then I could have a separate binder for multiple sets with variants. Maybe I have like a Sun and Moon variant binder. So yeah, Pokemon Company, if you could just make everything fit into a 360 with the reverses, that'd be great. Frogadier, Pukamuku. Gotta like that. The Hacky Sack on the beach. Pikachu winking, being cute. Raichu. Tossing Lightning. Stunfisk. Looking like a pancake. Charjabug. Looks like we need the reverse Charjabug. Interesting. We got Muck and Alolan Muck. I thought this was kind of neat when it came out. It's the same Pokemon, but the two different versions, or the regional variants. We got a couple Ekans here. Arbok. We need the Arbok reverse. Golbats. Crobat. We need the Crobat reverse. It's hard to tell, but that's actually a holographic. Ghastly. Hunters. This Gengar is very cool. Who's that? The Sotoro. Very nice artwork. Gotta like seeing stuff like that. Can never get enough of that. If they can stick as much as possible. Really like this with the Team Rocket grunt and the coughing, kind of sending them out. Really cool wheezing there, sort of comic book style, which is the standard Uyama. So we had those trainer variants that were Uyama, and now you have the wheezing there. Kind of give you an idea of his style, what to look for. This Mew with bench barrier was very playable. Kind of protect your bench from opponent's attacks. So if you have something that attacks your bench, you can stick him down. Regardless of whether you're playing a psychic deck or not, you can still have one of him down and not have to worry about those pesky bench attackers. Let's grab part of this pile. It seems a little bit too big. Miss Maggie is Esper, yawning, looking cute. Meowstic, Marshadow, pretty cool. He was also popular. I don't have the reverse for him apparently. We have the Tag Team Marshadow and Machamp. Really neat. It's kind of cool to see the tag teams because you weren't really expecting who would be paired with who a lot of the time. Very neat. A couple Geodudes hanging out with their gravel buddies. We got Golem. Pretty sure that was a reprint as well from an older artwork. It's funny, there's with the amount of sets that there are, there must be 90 at this point. I haven't counted, but they can sneak in some older art and still people either don't notice or aren't entirely sure if it's a reprint or not. The insane amount of cards that have been printed over the years, it's hard to remember, but the odd time something will catch your eye. We got a Kamiya Hitmontop. We have a Riolu running through the lab. Landorus, cool to see him come back. Crabrawler, the crab Pokemon of Sun and Moon. Oh, alright. See here. We got some more Ultra Beasts. They gotta make sure they showcase those because I would imagine that they might get ignored a little bit. We got Greninja and Zoroark, which is kind of a very cool pairing or tag team. Honchkrow GX. I tried to see if I could get him to work in a deck too. I think alongside the Mawile or something like that. There's some very weird combos that I was trying to pull off, and none of it was nearly consistent enough to actually put into play. We got Greninja here, which is kind of neat because you got a Charizard kind of shadow in the background. For all the Charizard collectors that collect Charizard in the artwork, as well as Charizard itself. I guess that might be something that you want to pick up. Little Charizard Easter egg, if you're not looking real close. We got Lucario and Melmetal. That was playable as well with that Full Metal Wall GX. Sort of a pain in the butt. Aeron, Lairon, Aggron. So we're doing pretty good on this set. I don't think I'm missing too much. We've seen a few of the reverses that I'm definitely missing. I think I'm doing pretty good on the back end here, judging by how many of the outer sleeves I have on them. They'll all get outer sleeves by the time they end up in the binder. Togepi here, being a cutie. Togetic, Togekiss, Cottony. Oh, there we go. We got our boy, Whimsicott. There he is. What a friggin' cutie. God, I love that card. I've played that deck for so long now. Different versions of the deck, obviously, as things came out. Fortunately, now we don't get any special energies, which it feeds on, that have anything to do with fairy Pokemon. Be nice if we did, but with them removing fairy type, not going to be the case. We got a couple Persians there, and a Persian GX. Catwalk. There's some people playing that Persian GX as well, and sort of weird force your opponent to do things they don't want to. Deck. Right, make sure we grab the right pile here. Could have had them laid out better. Here we go. We're getting into the colorless Pokemon. Just an insane size on this one too. We got 214 in the main set, and then just countless cards beyond that. Not to mention all the reverses. So even just the regular set without the secrets and stuff is going to exceed the number of slots needed. And a binder. Duskstone, Dust Island, Electromagnetic Radar. But it'll be cool. Put these, there we get more fairy charms that I was trying to incorporate into my deck, depending on what was popular at the time. When I was playing against a lot of Pika-Roms, we tossed the fairy charm lightning in there. That would force them to remove the fairy charm, or basically swap out my Pokemon, but then your Whimsicott's going to come back with a fairy charm on it, fairy charm lightning, and they can't really do anything. So they're hitting them and they can't hit you. We got Green's Exploration. This was a big deal when it came out. People trying to make that work. There was like a Green's Exploration version of Reshizard, so you kind of have to change the way that you're playing the deck with Metal Core Barrier. Pokegear, Power Plant. Power Plant was pretty dirty. Hated play against that. There's one point that everyone was running this, so it basically turns off my Whimsicott's ability, so that you don't have to flip a coin to hit him. You just can straight up smack him. A lot of the Reshizard decks were playing that, so that was kind of the bane of my deck. We got Red's Challenge, which is a very cool card, but it wasn't played all that much. Samson Oak, which is just really awkward that it exists and that he's a character. We got Surprise Box, Ultra Forest, Garden Boy. We got Welder, which is crazy popular with not only the strength of the card, but also the fact that I guess it's more so one of the reasons why Fire was so strong, more so than it was played because Fire was strong. We're going to say that it was a large influence in that. So we got the last stack here. We got all the big boys at the end, for the end, kind of how I like it. Pheromosa, Buzzwole. We got our full arts here. We got alternate arts. God, I love the alternate arts. And it looks like we're getting a little bit of that coming back in the upcoming Battle Styles deck. Or not deck, but set. We got full art. We got alternate art. We got full art. We got alternate art. We got full art. We got full art. So there's probably some of them that I'm missing. But I don't know. I don't think all of them got an alternate. Maybe just the tag teams in this set. So we got full art. And we got alternate. Very cool. Gardevoir and Sylveon. We got Whimsicott here. Full art form. Super cool. We got Green's Exploration for the extra waifu points. Unfortunately, the cards, when translated in English, the text goes over top of some stuff that it shouldn't. It's the same case with the Reds card. Janine, sitting on a gold mine here with these full art trainers. Here we go. We got Reshiram and Charizard, looking cute, looking fine. I think this and many of the other kind of hyper Charizards are underrated. It's hard to say that they're underrated because they're already pretty expensive, but I think this was down below $100 at one time, which is insane to think because there's so many hypers in here and so many secrets in here that the odds of pulling it are astronomically low. We got our double muck rainbow, kind of cool that one of them is supposed to be rainbow to begin with, but he's got the extra rainbow treatment. Marshadow and Machamp, not Marchamp. It was like a tongue twister or something. Greninja and Zoroark. So you can see just even the ones that I have, there's a ton of hypers in here, so your odds of pulling any one of them is basically the same, or should be basically the same. So there we go. Whimsicott, what a cutie. We got Persian GX, Celesteela GX, Beastbringer, Electromagnetic Radar, Fire Crystal, which was at one point in time in every fire deck. Makes sense. So the fire decks kind of got all the support they needed all at one time, and then Reshazard was OP. So you saw a lot of that. We got triple acceleration energy, which is very cool. And then I saved some energies, I guess, because I'll probably put them at the back of the deck. And then we have a Zerora holographic version, so probably from a, yeah, it's shattered, so it's probably from a team deck. Well, guys, that probably went a little bit longer than I wanted to. Tried to rush through it, but when you get sets this big, and when I have completion like that on them, and they're not in a binder, it's bound to happen. I'll see you guys tomorrow for some Unified Minds.